Welcome to Rantar Plays Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles Space Race. Welcome back. It's been a few days since I recorded a video, but had a little trip. Actually got out of town for once. Visited another quarantined friend, and it was a nice break from being trapped in the house for months on end. But you're not here to hear about that, so welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So, what I wanted to work on today was a couple things. One, this has been bugging me. I got a nice advice from a comment to make this flow better, so I'm going to try that out here shortly. And then, I've titled this whole series Space Race, but we haven't got to space yet, so I want to talk a little bit about the next steps and what I need to work on to do that. So that being said, let's get started. So, as I mentioned before, I was having trouble with this working. So, I had a nice advice from the commenter who basically said, for some reason, mechanism pipes don't work. And so we are going to try the thermal expansion pipes and see if they work. So let's see if I have any fluid. So I have lots of fluid ducts here. So I'm going to try that. And thermal expansion pipes are a little different. They need a servo to power, and I don't have any servos right now. So they're pretty simple. And in fact, since I haven't made these yet, we're going to make a recipe for them. So it's really simple. Plus, copy over here. That transfers that into the pattern. If you're not in, and I'm going to bring it over here. This is my multi-crafter and throw it in there. You see now I have a regular refined storage servo. There are different levels of servo, and depending on the speed, they have different extraction rates. This is fluids 50%, 75%, 100%, 150. So we will try this one out first, see if it's fast enough for my needs. And the other thing I'm going to need is some liquid to test with. And the moment I start recording, my cat decides that she wants attention. There's a wolf down there. So as you see, we have a very full liquid tank here. That was really slow because I have mining fatigue on because I'm hungry. So let's eat food real quick. Ooh, fun. Let's grab these two. Always fun to do a few bags while we're out here. So first things first, let's open these bags out. Common ones. Watermelon. Food variety is good. Copper. We have sodium, a dead bush, and iron ingot. Nothing to write home about, but not bad either. Oh, the sound of a jetpack, I love it. Okay, so first things first, let's set up the fluid duct here. Really simple. Didn't actually make a servo. Setting up the auto crafter does not actually make the servo. So it's missing a redstone servo. And so we'll fix that right now. Cat. Oh. So, redstone servo. That's easy enough to do. Let's autocraft that as well. Why? The nice thing about autocrafting is the more you do it, the easier it is to make something else because you just have all these patterns in there. So we tell it to, now we go back to the original thing, so we don't need to manually tell it to craft that because it can chain crafting. So we go to redstone server. Oh, not redstone, servo. Tell it to start, and we're good to go. Wait a sec, boom, here it is. So now I'm going to place that here. And this is something that took me a sec to figure out myself. You see, it's not lit up, and the default way when you place it, it requires a redstone signal, but you can tell it to ignore, and it'll start pumping. Now it's ready to go, and I will be right back. I'm back. So what we want to do here is to now drop our liquid in. We're going to do it the easy way and just utilize the multi-block nature of these tanks to drop them in here. And that should drain down. And that is filling up with blood. Excellent. So it looks like it gets translated into blood when it gets pumped into here. Which is good because that means I can still use a blood extractor to pump it in. Look here, that is life essence, but in here it's blood. Perfect. That way this will not invalidate my blood extractor. Same time. So this is draining in. So now we're going to wait. Now, is that server fast enough? For now, we'll say it's fast enough because we don't necessarily need that right now, so we can afford to wait a little bit. Why climb a ladder when you have a jetpack? That's what my pa always used to say. Not really. Not really at all. So we're going to get this emptying out again. That empties very slowly. We've got 10 buckets in here, so that'll fill up. Make sure I didn't leave this open. No, it's good to go. See if it finished off. $64 buckets of blood. That is perfect. I would have made my life easier if I'd known that translated to blood, but that's okay because now we have a source of blood, and if we ever want to craft more of the blood extractor, let's just see how that works because they have a neat thing that not a lot of people realize. See how easy it is to craft. Not trivial. But these things can be combined together. One blood extractor is only 5 buckets, so 5,000 millibuckets. But through questing and stuff, I've acquired 4 of them. So now it holds 20 buckets. And this will just fill up when you're fighting something else, which is pretty handy if you get into combat or something. You can utilize, it'll just fill up passively as you fight and give you a little extra blood for all your bloodcraft needs. So that solves that mystery, which has been bugging me offline for a while now, wondering if that'll work. And it does. So next time I go back to Blood Magic, that will be ready to go. So the other step I want to work on is titanium. Now, why titanium, you ask? Because I've been following the quest line, and we're in tier 4. And here. And I should mention, the quest line that have the fancy little more decorative outline are kind of essential ones to progress the pack. So we need to go down to circuit fabricator, electric compressor is one essential path. We need to go down here to centrifugal separator and then black and white magic dust. That's going to be something I'm hitting a lot of blockage with needing magic dust. So I should probably check out this line. And this one doesn't have a lot, but it does talk me through a few things. And then there is this plates line. And a magma blocks line, I've gone through a little ways, made liquid maga, fluid mixer, nitronite, crystalline. That's headed toward writing ingots. And that is an alloy smelting. And there's Osram. And so this is, I got stalled here because I'm short on Osram. I got some good advice on how to get Osram better than my failed attempt before. So I am going to work on that in another episode. But that's why I'm stopped right here. Because immersive engineering concrete, I've produced, and this Osram ingot. So we're getting close to this, but also needs lava, which that's no problem. Okay. But the quest line of interest right now is this one. I need chrome plate and titanium plate. And I'm guessing I need that for spaceships. So let's assess where we're at right now. First step, look up chrome. So I've got enough to fill that quest, but I must have not held it all in my inventory at one time. So I put that in my inventory, that's complete. But now I need titanium. 3. Plus 1 bar and 2 small pile of titanium dust. So obviously we have a long ways to go. And previously, actually, in the, I think it was the last, Tier 3 main quest line, they walked us through making chrome, titanium here. And the way to get titanium is to get titanium dust through a blast furnace. So these quest lines are great for talking through things. So I needed to learn how to make titanium in the last level of quest. Oops, that's not down here. And my stopper to making that was this box over here, the industrial blast furnace. Hey, look, titanium here. So, like you see, I've been in the process of making titanium. Let's make some plates out of it, but I need more. So how do I get titanium dust? Of course, you can always look in an industrial electrolyzer, and I need bauxite. And that electrolyzes into pulverized aluminum, a little bit of titanium, and hydrogen, and compressed aerosol. So this is where I'm at right now. And, oops, don't need to throw that. And got electrolyzer. And so you see I had 2 small piles of titanium dust here. A lot of aluminum and all these cells. It's ready, but see I need a lot more bauxite. So I need to figure out a way to get a lot of bauxite. And first step would be to figure out where to get bauxite from. So again, we'll go to JEI here. And start looking at things. Most of these come from ore. Various ways mod packs have. So obviously I need to work from the ore. And so I look here and I say, does my void miner make it? I only have a tier 2 void miner, so the answer is no. So I look here and look for bauxite, and I say, oh, look at that. There is no overworld. Dimension 1 is overworld, so in many places in the overworld, as well as many other dimensions. You can look at the percentage here, like 0.02%. It's pretty slim. And I don't know what dimension -11325 is. Overworld dimension 7. What else is probably Twilight Forest? So could look there. Mostly dimension 0. Just double check I don't have it in here. Oh, I do have some bauxite dust. So we can show how the process works. You can hear it working there slightly. You can tell it's on, so it's processing. So what do I do with the dust? Well, let's look at what we do with the dust. One thing we didn't check was any way to make this. So U matter is something. Can't get that. There's no way I have capable. So we can grind up ilmenite ore to get titanium dust, but I'm guessing that is on asteroids or somewhere I can't get to. Titanium shards. Can't get that. So once I can be look at the asteroids, this will get easier. I can do a chemical combiner. Don't quite there yet. Looking at this, nothing there useful. I am not into bees. Maybe I should try it someday. Those are all bee-based. Bee-based. Grinder, these are all different ways of ore doubling. As you can see, we are stuck with bauxite. So I've heard this is part that's kind of grindy, so I made some of this off screen, but I just wanted to talk through what I was working on. So I'm up to 10. Up to 10. 11 plates. I need 64. So I have got a ways to go. So next, oh, I didn't mention, so what do I do with the small pallets of titanium dust? Well, I'm guessing that combines into 4 to 1, so throw that in there. And it takes a while, but we've got 1 energy storage. You could put speed upgrades in here, but I'm not going to acquire it fast enough for this speed to matter, maybe in the future, but for right now, that is fine speed because it's going to take me a while to process things. So, let's go double check, see if the Twilight Forest has any bauxite. Well, Twilight Forest portal's broken, so don't think I've shown my mining setup very often, so another thing I wanted to try was ender chests. Ender chests are kind of this vanilla way of doing stuff, and if I go on a mining trip and they all share the same inventory, I can dump stuff into my ender chest. It will, and then put a second ender chest up here and have it pulled into my storage, and I can basically dump my stuff off without having to return. Should be very handy. Let me just see if there's ender chest here. It takes majestic ingots. I don't have enough. And so don't have enough here. And that was weird. So let's just do I have the ingredients for it? I do not have enough of the ingredients to do that. But compressed obsidian is easy. and I can craft it. So we'll do 4 here. And I don't even have enough obsidian for 4. And so we're going to have to hold off on that. Pulverized obsidian, I can make more, but a little short obsidian, so we'll have to work on that. So we'll give you a quick tour of my mining setup right now, just for fun. Way down here. You always want to check your, oops, sorry about that. You always want to check your ore levels. So again, we're going to go here. We're going to look for bauxite ore again. And it's anywhere between 56 and 6. So basically lower down. So you look on the right, it says 21. So I'm at the right level of bauxite. Oops. So that was a very loud zombie. Hello. Oh, it's testing out some explosives over here. So one way to start mining. Iron ore. Oops. No. There's my torches. So yeah, just gonna more thorium. For the rare ores, I always switch my pickaxe because it says fortune on it. Oh, Galena is nice. Nice. Because it has a better fortune on it, so it's a little more likely to get better drops. Yeah. And I won't bore you with all this mining stuff. Oh, dark iron ore is also good. Or dark ore. Need all that for blood magic and stuff. Oh, nice. Karmasite. Oh! Don't want to get gotten by that. It's good to have a supply of... Apologize, that was pretty loud. Not the smartest way to do that. Don't have my fire resist on as much, but that's okay. We'll just go a different direction. Coal ore. Lithium ore. Uranium ore. Bauxite ore! Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing. And we're gonna see the best way to process this bauxite ore. Best option would always be mechanism. We'll see if it works in mechanism. Because that gives me the most bang for my buck. Does not want to process. So we might have to go to some of the doubling methods. So we'll just throw it in the pulverizer. That works. So Look like what we'll have to do right now. So until next time, I think we'll wrap it up here. Please like and subscribe if you like this content, and I'll keep making. Gives me energy to keep making it, and you'll get notified when new content comes up. And I think we're going to call it good for now. And I'll do some of the less exciting mining off screen and try to come back with some more titanium so we can start making those plates. And until next time, have a good day.